Good morning everyone and welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kerry and today we're going to be talking through my autumn plans. So we have another scorcher of a day out there. So it's 28 degrees, which doesn't sound too bad, but it's humid as anything out there. We have weather warnings for thunderstorms and heavy rain later in the week, which I'm really excited about. I love a storm. But because it's so hot today, I don't want to be running around doing a bunch of gardening or housework or anything like that. It's just too hot. So I thought I would sit and talk with you through my kind of autumn plans, so you guys know what's kind of coming up from September onwards. So I've separated, sorry if I'm looking down by the way, I've got my notes so I don't miss anything. So I've separated my autumn plans into 4 different categories. I have house plans, I have garden plans, I have health and beauty plans, and I have plans for the channel as well. So I've subdivided each category into kind of 3 sections really that I want to be focusing on in each category. It might be that I will add to these, it might be that I will alter these before September comes along, depending on how much I can get done during the rest of the summer. But yeah, I just wanted to talk through these today. So I'm going to start off with the house plans. Obviously this channel is mainly about cleaning and kind of redecorating, home making, home staging, things like that. So I'm going to start off with my house plans first. So plan 1 is I'm going to be addressing the area under the stairs. So at the moment, the area under the stairs is very much a dumping ground. It really is a dumping ground. It's stuff that we don't have homes for, that we don't really use, and for whatever reason we just haven't gotten rid of. It's also a storage area for things that we don't have a specific place for, particularly kind of tools, painting and decorating stuff, rare use kind of electrical things, so spare extension leads, things like that. They've all ended up in the area underneath the stairs because we just don't have a place for them. So my plans for that area, I've attempted to do this a few times, but I really need to get it sorted out before Christmas because every time I walk past it, it makes me a little bit more sad. So my plans for that are to clear it out completely. So we will still need to have the tumble dryer under there, and we will still need to have the microwave under there, because there is just no room in the kitchen for the tumble dryer, and there is now no room in the kitchen for the microwave since we got the taller fridge freezer. So the microwave we use maybe twice a month anyway, so it's not like a very heavy use item, but I'm going to pop that onto some kind of shelf in the top, and the tumble dryer will go at the bottom. But there is space next to the tumble dryer, and I want to try, I don't know how good my skills are, but I want to try and kind of build in some kind of storage. Ideally I would like to create kind of pull out wheeled bins to put kind of shoes, extra shoes and things like that into, so that we can just pull out the bin and grab shoes out. It's not going to be the tidiest kind of storage place for shoes, but we have already one big shoe rack by the front door that has so many shoes on it we can't get our everyday shoes on it because we have our rare use shoes on it, so we definitely need the extra space there. But I also want to kind of put doors on the front of the opening underneath the stairs as well, so that we can close everything away and we're not having to look at it. So that's job 1, that's a huge one, and that is one that I have been putting off for literally years. And it's terrifying, and I don't really know how I'm going to go about it, and I think that's why I've been putting it off. But I want to put some real brain power and planning together to get that done during the autumn, fingers crossed. So the next area I want to be focusing on in the house is the banisters. So we have very ugly banisters. We do, but we live in a rental, so we can't change them. We do have permission to paint them or strip them, but we don't have permission to change them out to prettier banisters. So I want to be stripping the paint off of them. They are currently white gloss painted. Several layers have been applied over the years, so I want to take them back to wood, and I want to find a nice stain and kind of wax or varnish them so they fit in a little bit more with the wood elements that are currently in the lounge dining room anyway. And the last job for the house that I want to be getting done this autumn is to redecorate and finish the kitchen. So we had the kitchen fitted last spring, so it's about a year and a half old, and it's already showing some signs of wear and tear. The finish on it wasn't wonderful when the contractors left, so I want to go over the kitchen and I want to make it feel a little bit more cosy, a little bit more homely. It's currently bright white, which looks very clean and nice, I won't deny that, but it also looks very cold and stark and clinical, and it doesn't fit in with the rest of the house. So I would like to kind of make that feel a little bit softer, a little bit more feminine, and a little bit more cozy and lived in. So that is the plans for the house. So we'll move on now to the garden. So plan one for the garden, as always in autumn, is to get spring bulbs in. I don't think that I need that many now. I've got quite a good coverage of spring bulbs, and most of them will naturalise and spread. So I don't need too many, but there are a few areas where I don't really have any kind of spring colour coming up that I would like to add some spring bulbs to. So I need to order and plant some spring bulbs in those areas. I need to remove unwanted and poor performing plants. So some plants that I've got in the garden are beautiful, but they're very short-lived, or they are susceptible to aphids or slugs, or all these kinds of things, and it makes them look kind of raggedy, kind of old, and a bit rough throughout most of the season. So I would like to eliminate those plants and get some that are a little bit more robust, a little bit more long-lived, some that repeat flower. I do have a kind of flower garden as opposed to veggies or anything like that. My garden is flowers. So some that repeat flower will be really, really nice. And I also want to kind of concentrate on succession flowering as well. We have the issue at the moment that most of the things that I've got flower early, and then that's it. I've got nothing else coming along later on in the season, so I want to remedy that as well. So eliminating some of those plants that aren't performing very well or that I don't love is definitely on the hit list this autumn. And the last thing that I want to be doing this autumn, while things are starting to go dormant, is I want to get some lovely kind of metal obelisks and put them around my climbing roses. So I have 2 climbing roses at the moment, and I also will have a patio rambler, I think, or some sort of climber, because my husband has ordered an arch. So I've got those, and they really need a little bit more controlling than they currently have. We did have them like climbing up trellises and things like that, but the trellises just aren't holding out, and I would prefer to see them in kind of like an obelisk. I think that would look prettier. So that's the plans for the garden. The next area that I want to be focusing on is health and beauty. I recently have really kind of lost any kind of motivation to look after myself. I've been struggling a bit with stress, anxiety, depression, and I've lost control of my own kind of personal hygiene, health, that kind of thing. So I want to try and pick that back up again now, as we're coming into the slower months where there's not so much chaos going on. So the first thing I want to do is get myself into a proper skincare routine. So I do have skincare that I do maybe twice a week, but I would like to get myself into a morning skincare routine and an evening skincare routine, as well as those things that I do maybe twice a week. I am getting older. I'm going to be 40 this November and my skin is definitely showing it. I'm getting lines, I'm getting sagging, I'm getting greying of the skin. So definitely a really good skincare routine is something that I would really like to do. I apologise if you can hear the motorbike. I swear he waits for me. I swear. I film at so many different times of the day. I swear he waits for me. And then he starts up his motorbike and off he goes. So the next thing that I want to deal with health and beauty wise is my damaged hair. So my hair is quite dry, it's quite damaged. I do use a lot of heat on it, and even though I use heat protector sprays, I use oils, I use deep conditioning treatments, it's just getting a bit frazzled, a bit damaged. The ends are looking really, really rough. So another thing that I want to address is my hair. So obviously it needs a cut. I really like it long. I don't want short hair, but I want to take a couple of inches off. So we're kind of sitting about here. And I want to try and deal with the dryness. And I also want to try and use a little bit less heat on it. So I would really like to try the curly girl routine. I know I'm really late to the party, but my hair does have a natural wave. I wouldn't say it's got a curl, but it does have some texture, it does have some waves, and I would like to try and bring those out so that I'm not constantly having to curl it or straighten it with heat. It would be nice if I could kind of get it to play the game with a little bit less heat and styling. And the last thing that I want to kind of address with my health and beauty is I would like to spend an hour a day, 1 hour a day, walking on my treadmill. So I bought a treadmill / walking pad. It's not an expensive treadmill, it's just a walking pad with a handle. And it's been sat in the corner for months with no use, because where my husband is sleeping during the days most days, I don't know whether or not I'm going to be driven to work by him or if I'm going to be walking to work, which is about 45 minutes. So because I don't know, I don't go on the treadmill, because I don't want to walk an hour on the treadmill and then have to walk another hour on the walking pad. No, walk an hour on the walking pad and then have to walk another 45 minutes, because then I'm going to be exhausted for work. I'm not the healthiest person. That is a lot of walking for me. I need to build it up. So I've not been walking on my work days because I just don't know if I'm going to have to then walk some more and then do a shift. So I've decided I'm going to walk first thing in the morning when I get up for 1 hour. And then that gives me the rest of the day to kind of rest up, and if I do need to walk to work, then I've had that rest between the two kind of stints of walking. I'm not really looking to lose weight. So I am a big girl. I am somewhere between a size 14 and a size 16. It is the biggest that I have been in my life. I spent most of my life between an 8 and a 10. So I do feel quite big, but I don't feel unhappy, I don't feel unhealthy, and I don't want to be super thin. I really like my curves. I like that I've got a bit of shape to me, you know. I like that I look nice in clothes that are maybe bustier, or like pencil skirts and things like that. I don't want to be super slim, but I do want to be a little bit fitter, a little bit healthier, and you know, I probably am going to lose a few pounds here and there, but I don't want to be super skinny again. So that's it for health and beauty, and the last category is the channel. So you guys know that I started this channel mainly as a cleaning channel. I enjoy watching people clean, it motivates me to clean, and I wanted to do the same. I'm having great fun doing that. But I also don't want the channel to get boring. You know, I do pretty much the same cleaning routine every day, and I don't want you guys to get bored watching me clean the same things the same way all the time. So I do have some plans for the channel. I still will be doing cleaning content, of course. I still will be doing homemaking content, of course, but there's a couple of other wild cards I want to throw in there, just to kind of keep it a little bit more interesting, but also for myself. I like to film different things. So yeah, so plans for the channel are, for autumn, I'm going to be spending the entire of September doing and filming a huge Eton? I don't know where Eton came from. Autumn deep clean. So it's going to be very much like my spring clean, but I'm actually hoping to get a little bit more in depth. Between the spring clean and now, I've decluttered a lot of zones, and that's going to enable me to do a deeper clean, pull things out a little bit more, things like that. So I really want to do a super deep autumn clean, a month long, couple of videos a week, just really scrubbing the hell out of this place. But I also want to address nicked paintwork, things like that, just so I'll be cleaning and a huge refresh as well. So there is a big autumn deep clean month coming up that will also include the front and back gardens. So yeah, that is going to be a lot of filming for me, but hopefully it will be nice and fun to do and to watch. So the next thing that I want to do is to have a little bit of a kind of style revamp, style challenge. I want to try and create a capsule wardrobe that actually works for me, which has been quite difficult until now. So I am an hourglass shape. Since I've put the weight on, I'm kind of between an hourglass and a pear, getting a little bit more weight around my hips. But I'm also 5'3", so technically petite. I'm trying to find petite clothes in a 14 to 16 in an hourglass to pear shape is actually quite difficult. But I know, sorry, that was the chair, I promise. So I know there's a lot of people like me who have curves, and I know it's a lot more normal than being straight up and down, like a lot of these kind of capsule wardrobes are designed for. So there's going to be a lot of research, a lot of trying on, a lot of figuring out. But I really want to have that capsule wardrobe because I wake up in the morning and genuinely at the moment I don't want to get out of bed because I don't want to have the decision of what I'm going to wear. It's just, with the stress and the anxiety at the moment, it's just too much to figure out what I want to wear. And to be able to go to my wardrobe and grab out any top and any trousers or skirt or dress or anything and just know already that they are going to go together is going to save me so much of a headache. Plus, having a capsule wardrobe means that I've got less to maintain, and it means that I can spend a little bit more money on better quality of clothes. Usually I do like a Shein, I do Primark, I do, you know, kind of budget clothing, but I would really like to spend that little bit more money now. I'm not saying I'm going to be going designer or anything silly like that, but slightly more money on better quality clothes that are going to last a bit longer and actually suit my shape, my size, my tone, my skin tone, my hair colour. I really want to just nail it. So that's something that I'm going to be doing on the channel, hopefully through the autumn. Whether or not it'll work out, I don't know. Like I say, it's been really difficult up until now to try and find things that actually fit me well and things like that. So we'll see how that one goes, but it is a plan. And the very last thing that I want to focus on during this autumn, of course, is creating more short videos. Now, there's really kind of two types of viewer, two types of subscriber to my channel. There are people who prefer the long form videos with me kind of talking and explaining what I'm doing, and people who prefer watching just a quick motivational boom, boom, boom video. Now shorts I find really difficult. You would think they would be easy, right? You just set up the camera, film what you're doing, and then just speed it up and whack it into a 1-minute video. It's so much more difficult than that. Most of the jobs I do take me at least 10 or 15 minutes, and to condense that down into 1 minute is really quite difficult without it just being completely distorted and you losing all kind of aspect of what it is that I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So it's actually quite a difficult thing to make shorts. And also I don't want to be cleaning the same things over and over again, so I'm trying to find different things every day that I can film and make into a short. But yeah, I do want to focus on making a few more shorts. What I'm going to try and do is maybe do like 3 a week, 4 a week, and then as I'm getting more used to it and I'm getting better at filming the shorts, I can hopefully do one each day, which is going to help the channel to grow, because more people are going to come and watch. People who want to watch shorts, you know, more people are going to come and watch, which is going to grow the channel. The quicker the channel grows, the more the channel grows, the quicker I can be kind of making some money from it. At the moment I'm not making anything from the channel, and that means that I can, you know, reduce hours at work and spend more time actually at home making content for everybody. So which is where I want to be. You know, I don't want to be having to kind of try and squeeze content in the morning and then dash off to work already exhausted from filming all morning. It's not doing my mental health any good. So yeah, I mean, ideally I want to give myself 18 months, 2 years, and hopefully the channel will be at a point where I can make it my full-time job. But yeah, we'll start with this autumn. So that is my plans for this autumn. It is quite ambitious. I'm not going to deny that this is not an ambitious set of things that I want to do. My autumn, I tend to run with the school calendar because it makes it a little bit easier for me to plan it out, because obviously I've got children, school-aged children. So my autumn in this house runs September, October, November, and then winter comes in December, January, February. So I don't go with the main calendar. I know that autumn doesn't start till much later on the main calendar, but I'm going with the school calendar just to make things a little bit easier. So my autumn content will be starting in September. For the rest of August, I've got a few bits planned. We've got a day at the seaside with all my family, which I'm really looking forward to in a couple of weeks. I've got all sorts of things going on, clearing out, sorting out, gardening, all of this stuff, but I need to get kind of buttoned up before the big autumn deep clean comes up. I'm really excited to do it. I'm dreading it a little bit. It's going to be a lot of work. But I think it's going to be amazing when I finish, just to know that the house is just done. Everything's done, everything's clean, everything, all the paintwork's touched up, everything's redecorated, and then after autumn I can settle into Christmas planning, which I have already started. I always do. I start my Christmas planning very early. If you would like a video on my Christmas planning, please let me know. I would be thrilled to do a video about Christmas planning. I might do one anyway. I'm a Christmas fairy. I like my Christmas planning, and I do start it in kind of June. So I'm already well underway with the Christmas planning. But yeah, I want to get all of this done, or as much of this done as possible during the autumn, so that we can settle down for a lovely festive season together. So with that said, that's going to be it for today. I really hope that you have enjoyed sitting down with me and discussing some autumn plans. I'm very excited to get the ball rolling, but first let's enjoy this gorgeous summer that we've got outside. I will see you next time, guys. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.